Hey everyone, just got a new Christmas present here, the 1UP EDC tool. I just wanted to show you guys what it comes with and pretty much how to install it. So this is my first time doing one of these videos, so hopefully it turns out well. Anyway, let's get started. Alright, so let's get into this. So just to show you what it comes with, it has the multi-tool, 20 functions, has a tire lever, chain breaker, which is all right here. You just kind of break it like a glow stick, and there's your multi-tool. This also has a chain breaker on it, which I thought was pretty cool because it's really small. The multi-tool has a 2, 2.5, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8mm hex, T25 Torx. It has spoke keys. This is the tire lever, chain breaker. Trying to make sure there's enough light there so you can see everything. Valve core tool. It also has the storage compartment, which is waterproof. There's an O-ring that seals it so you can put stuff in here. Money, you know, stuff like that. Has a little storage device, or a little storage tube as well. You can put stuff in. For me, I'm going to be putting a CO2 cartridge. Screw that on there, and it's ready to go. You can also see it's got a place to put your spare links for your chain if you need them. What else? It's got the lower piece for your steer tube. Basically it's like a cap, but the tool goes into it so it keeps it from rattling, which is nice. Also, this keeps mud from going up into your steer tube. I chose the purple top cap. I also got, with the tool, sold separately of course, the star nut remover tool, the tap guide. Also of note, now that I have it, I can loan it out to anyone else that gets the tool that might need it. Also, something of note, go to oneupcomponents.com because there are some forks that this 1UP EDC tool is not compatible with. And you're going to need to go check that out because there's some specific measurements and stuff like that that you need to look at and measure on your steer tube in order to make sure that this is going to work for you. Otherwise, it does fit most modern forks, so you don't want to get something and then have it not be compatible with what you have. So without further ado, let's get to installing. Alright, so we're going to remove the fork. I took the wheel off already. You're going to take your caliper off of the fork. Also, there's a hold down clamp that's attached to the fork. It all depends on what you're using. I have a Fox 36 that I am doing. So now I'm going to remove top cap and spacer, along with handlebars, take those all the way out, just make sure they're loose. Righty tighty, lefty loosey, right? Please don't fall out just yet. Let my bars dangle a little bit there, and kind of let the fork drop out. Oh yay, there goes all my spacers. Yeah, check your bearings, check your seals, make sure everything is good to go where it's supposed to be, and yeah, when you get everything put back together, you can throw some more new grease in there and you're good to go. Right, so other than putting the fork in the vise, I put a paper towel at the bottom of the steer tube, just kind of shoved it up in there so it'll catch any of the metal shavings that come out while I'm tapping. Now we're going to start by using the star nut removal tool. And we'll see how easy this goes. I'm skeptical. But we will figure it out. So it's already made to fit. Fits actually really well. If you don't have a vise, you know, put it between your knees. As long as your fork's not moving around like crazy, and you're able to apply the tension that you need to. Then you'll be good to go. You will be applying some definite force. So yeah, gonna need a pretty solid way, as you can hear, to detach said star nut. If you haven't figured it out, star nuts are generally only made to go one way. Not made to come off. So leverage is required. And once it gets easier, hopefully, you'll know it's working. And in this case, didn't work. I just took the center piece off. So, which is fine. I have to use a flat tip screwdriver. And the master tool. Just hit it down on one side. It'll turn over, and you just kind of pry it out just like that. Okay? Pretty easy. Bottom one's a little harder, but if you have a pick set, you can make it work. Alright, so now that that part's done, star nut removed, we have the tap guide as well as the tap. So it's really very simple. You're also going to need an 8mm Allen key. Get a little bit of, I mean, you can use chain lube, or I'm going to use a little bit of free hub oil. Put it on the threads of the tap. You can use WD-40 or whatever you got laying around. I know most mountain bikers have some sort of oil, chain lube, what have you. Goes on like that. 8mm goes on, and you start the tapping process. So it says right on the tap guide, half a turn forward, quarter turn back. So once you get it started, half a turn, back a quarter, half a turn, back a quarter. Alright, so once you get down to a certain depth, your 8mm Allen key is going to run flush against the tap guide, and that's it. You're done. Back it out, and then you'll be ready to install your fork and put your EDC tool together. And as you can see, nicely tapped. And once you're done, just go ahead and clean out the threads real good. Make sure everything's clean in there, as well as don't forget to push that paper towel all the way through so you don't make a mess. Go ahead and put the cap in the bottom before I install the fork. And just tap it in. And you can use a rubber mallet or whatever you have. Just be careful with the plastic, just like I did. Just depends on how hard you're tapping it. So there you go. Alright, so when you're putting your top cap on, really cool. Just use a cassette tool. Put it on. Make sure everything's lined up and all that stuff correctly. Get your bars and your fork lined up, and that's really it. All that's left after that, once you tighten that down, is putting in your tool. That's it. Installed. Alright everyone, that was it. I hope you enjoyed that. If you liked it, go ahead and hit the like button. If you want to keep up with what I'm doing as far as writing, or whenever I do a little maintenance bit, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. So until next time, ride safe, have fun, hope to see you out there.